Oh, Lord. Okay, well, let's do it then. Let's be absolutely clear about why the Overwatch League exists. Okay? Blizzard have made a significant and amazing contribution to esports. No doubt about it. Accidentally, you see. That's the problem. They did it accidentally. I remember interviewing Blizzard employees where they've explicitly said, and this is as late as I think 2012, they've explicitly said, we do not care about esports. If we make a great game first and it happens to be a successful esport, great, but we do not care. But then esports took off and it made crazy amounts of money. So first they tried to fix StarCraft 2, which should have been, they had all the tools at their disposal. Should have been amazing, right? They should have done WCS format when it first came out. They didn't have the vision, so they didn't do it. They tried to throw money at the problem and region locking and all this, and everyone was like, you know what, I'm bored now, sorry. We had a major event every weekend with the same casters every weekend, and money just flying everywhere, and now people are bored of it. You're lost. Then I remember, because Blizzard used to like me, and I remember talking to Blizzard employees, and they said, we're going to lock it down for Heroes of the Storm. I'm like, guys, okay, a few things. You're coming late to the MOBA party, just in case you don't know. And then second of all, you want to do a WCS format, which has just failed in one game, and you want to do it in a MOBA that isn't even a proper MOBA. And why do I say that? Because it's designed in a way where you really can't carry, and not to the same degree you can in Dota or League of Legends. It's kind of more team focused, and they deliberately made that design choice. Let me tell you about esports fans. I know a thing or two about them. They like to follow the best players. They don't care. Oh, we're all the same on a team. That's boring. You don't want 5 clones who all play at the same ability. You want a god who just come. You want a Dendi. You want somebody like this. A faker, right? Somebody who's just on a team and is just outrageous, at that moment in time, the player that wins you games. You don't really have those names in Heroes of the Storm. And because of that design choice, I think it was hampered, the fact it came late, so they threw a bunch of money at that. Can we be honest about it? It failed as an esport. Hey, they even didn't put fundamental things in the game, like you had to use a separate website to show the drafting system at home. Hearthstone, accidental success again. Not an esport, not esports ready in any way, shape or form. Took off because it's a popular game that borrows from a popular IP in the form of World of Warcraft. Does it have a spectator client? Yeah, I don't think it does. How can you not make you had a replay system in StarCraft. You've actually actively gone backwards. So, okay, Blizzard have had a checkered history with esports. But then when they saw it take off, they were like, wow, everyone's getting paid now. Christ, we kind of built this by accident, so we should get something out of it. And I know this because one of the reasons they liked the idea of the Activision Blizzard buying MLG was because it had a TV platform. Because I think when they saw Twitch go to Amazon for $970 million, they were like, our games help that. Do we get any? And Twitch are like, no, of course not. This is our thing. So they wanted a TV solution. They even had talks with Azuba at one point. I'm very glad for Blizzard they avoided that train wreck. That's an absolute dumpster fire. But, they wanted MLG TV as a TV solution for Call of Duty and for whatever games they wanted to put out. They're not going to use it like that, I don't think. I think we're too far down the beaten path now. But then they really started flexing, and this is where Overwatch comes in. They've designed a game to have this populist appeal. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It's fine. But they've ignored some fundamental rules about esports. Class-based shooters do not do well as an esport. It's too much information. You have all the complexities of a MOBA with loads of different things happening and different visual abilities. First-person shooters must be simple to watch. Gun, crosshair, bullets. That's it. I need to know what the gun does by looking at the gun. I can't have 50 different things shooting out the end of a gun and have to follow the color of the bullets to know whether it's going to stun them or kill them. What is this nonsense? The average fan can't grasp that. So it's a huge challenge. That's why it's never worked. So first of all, your game choice is outrageously stupid. Second of all, has there ever been an esport succeed that was forced as an esport? Anyone? No takers, because there hasn't been one. You can't force it. You have to organically build up a community. You have to make a really good game that people are engaged with and want to dedicate hours to. And the player base that I'm talking to from Overwatch, I'm talking to ex-TF2 players who are like, I'm here to make money. That's the pros, by the way. And the average casual player is just like, wow, the balance is all out of whack. You just kill this, kill it. You're changing things. The patches are coming too fast. None of us can keep up. Blizzard don't even know how to balance the game. People are bored. They're not having fun. Hours are going down. It is very much a casual experience. And again, I'm sorry, you cannot synthesize an esport from that. So Blizzard have a lot to do just to get the game in shape. So, all of that said, here's what we do. We are going to use the success of League of Legends. We're going to use the success of Dota's International, particularly, and everything Valve have done in CSGO. And we are going to create a document, which I've read, the Morgan Stanley document. This is legendary. If you can get your hands on it, you will. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. They're comparing esports like the WWE and stuff like this. It's like, how long's that been around for? Okay, good, yeah. And they've literally duped venture capital companies who've got money to spend. You know how venture capitalists work, right? It's like they're placing a series of bets at a series of tables. They don't care because one of them will win. If you lose 60 mil, but your one investment comes in and makes you 100 mil, it's all fair game. You got the money to play with. And they've duped a bunch of people into sort of investing in it. I would not have advised it. I don't think it's a wise investment. I think dropping 20 million to have a slot in a league with no proof of concept when you've got 20,000 people watching the premier tournament that's being played right now, and this is madness. And I've seen these bubbles before. They are dangerous because when people buy into stuff, and if it collapses, all of that money disappears, all of those jobs disappear, all of that investment disappears, and you won't see any of those people affected for a few years. So this is why I'm not resistant to it. I've said I actually want it to succeed just because of what the consequences will be if it doesn't. But everything about this is wrong. It's too expensive. The game isn't attracting a hardcore audience. Money is too much for startups. Again, I saw Hastra. I mean, he's out of his mind these days. He said on Twitter, he's like going, show me the viewing figures for the first year of League of Legends. Okay, I will. I didn't have to pay 20 million to get in that league. I just just got a team and just paid them a low-level salary in Season 1. That was all I had to do. Minimum investment. It leads to growth? All right, okay. So this is insane. It's absolute insanity what's going on at the Overwatch League. And it's dangerous. I don't want massive venture capital firms, their first experience, getting burned for 20 mil. They're never coming back to this. So Blizzard have a huge responsibility on their shoulders, and I wish they could see a little bit further than just we want to get ours. I think that's really negative for one of the major players in the esports industry. So, am I on board with it? Absolutely not. Blizzard will certainly not involve me in any capacity with it at this point. I've already heard from people that they certainly think my attitude is unacceptable. But I care about esports. I don't care about Blizzard. I care about the bigger picture. And I think, as it stands, the Overwatch League has the potential to be incredibly harmful and burn a bunch of people.
For more CSGO interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.